Hello, everybody. It's Etsumonty117 here, and today I'm going to talk to you about a concert I've been to, which was yesterday. And yesterday I saw Brit Floyd, which is the popular Pink Floyd cover band from Liverpool, England. And I saw them at Oslo Konserthus, or Oslo Concert House, and I'm just gonna give my thoughts and opinions on the concert I just saw. So let's begin. Alright, so let's talk about how I feel about the show. I'm not gonna go through like the members because I did not remember their names, but I'm just gonna talk about like the songs. The band did play all the popular hits from Pink Floyd, like Money, Another Brick in the Wall Part 2, Wish You Were Here, and Comfortably Numb. They played all the hits. There was also a bunch of other songs I wasn't expecting at all. Like, for example, they played See Emily Play, which was the first single Pink Floyd ever released. They also played Dogs of War, of all things, from Momentary Lapse of Reason, which I will get to in a bit. And they did a splendid version, which I also will get to in a bit, of Pigs, three different ones. But yeah, what I thought. Okay, so it started out with like the first half, where it started out with Sean You Crazy Diamond, which I thought was a fantastic way of starting off your concert, and it was played almost perfectly. Like everybody was on point. And it also got like also in there, which I also thought was like a clever touch. They managed to get like just to keep in with the Pink Floyd spirit, they got these free female vocalists, like just like in the just like how they do in actual live in Pink Floyd's live shows, where they got like the gospel vocalists, and they are used really really well throughout this. There's another thing that the show did, and if you haven't seen Brit Floyd before, they do exactly what Pink Floyd would have done live. They have like that huge like circle showing like a bunch of clips that fit in with the lyrics of the song that's playing. And so there's also a bunch of other songs they've played. I have to try and remember songs they have played, but let's talk about the hits first. For Money, it was standard. It was just Money. It didn't impress me too much, but it was cool seeing them nail that song to perfection. Then we got Another Brick in the Wall Part 2, a song I do not like at all, but they did it so well. There was like this awesome guitar solo near the end, which I was not expecting. Then we got Wish You Were Here, which is played really well. And also before that, so another thing I was joking around with my dad, who I came with, and we were joking around that Have a Cigar was going to be a song on here because, that song wasn't really that popular. And they played Have a Cigar. I was like, I was joking. I wasn't expecting them to actually play it. And yeah, it's actually, it surprised me. But with the actual Wish You Were Here song it's pretty sweet, Everybody knows it. And I managed to get some footage. And also, I will try to show some footage later on as well. And then we got Comfortably Numb, which is brilliantly played. The solo is played extremely well. Like it sounded like he could have actually have been David Gilmour. It's just brilliant. Let's talk. But now I want to talk about the absolute highlight of the show, in my opinion. The thing that struck me the most was Pigs, three different ones. The original album version of the song, it's good. I like it. I've never loved it. I've never truly loved it. Now, not as much as Dogs or Sheep, but when I heard this live version, I might reconsider because holy shit, the solos on this are executed really well. Like that solo near the end, I was starting to get tears of how good it was. And they also amped up the guitars and the groove factor of the original, and the vocals are way better on this version of the song I heard than in the original. So this is one of the few times I could say that a cover band is better than the original band they were trying to cover. Ugh. So now we're going to talk about like the production, which I also thought was really good. I could hear all the instruments, nothing felt left out. The vocals were clear and I could tell what they were saying. The only issue was that it was a bit too much reverb on some of the guitars. There was tons and tons of reverb on the guitars. I'm not kidding when I say that there was tons of reverb, especially on the Momentary Lapse of Reason and Division Bell songs, which they did. So, and also some of the vocals weren't the best. Like there was a lot of times where one of the vocalists, since there was like two, was trying to sing like Roger Waters, and it didn't really quite sound great. When the vocalist was trying to do David Gilmour's voice, it sounded splendid. Maybe it's just because I'm not a huge fan of Roger Waters' voice. I don't know. It just didn't really quite work out. Then there's also some questionable song choices. The second half, like with the except after the first song, which I forgot which the first song of the second half was because after the intermission, but they started playing "Take It Back" from Division Bell, and I was like, why that song? Nobody really loves that one. And then they started playing "Great Day for Freedom" right after, and I was like, okay, interesting. And then after that, they played "Dogs of War" from Motel Lapse of Reason. I don't know. And I started getting bored by "Dogs of War" because I've never loved that song. I thought that song's terrible. But then with the other two tracks on Division Bell, I don't know. They did play "High Hopes" though, and I thought that performance of "High Hopes" was fantastic. Again, it sounds so good, and they managed to even make parts that didn't quite work on the original way better. Like they got like an acoustic solo near the end of "High Hopes," and it just sounds wonderful. Another song I wasn't expecting. Yeah, I was saying that a lot. Songs I wasn't expecting. And one of the songs I wasn't expecting at all was with "Sorrow" from Motel Lapse of Reason. Must be honest, it was just as long as I remembered it being in the original. A lot of really long, drawn out intro that is cool for like a minute or so, but then it starts getting dull. And then there's also that and there's also like an ending section that was also tedious. But everything in the middle was great though. I will also have like a bunch of footage of like the highlights of the show. And also another thing I also managed to do, which I also thought was which I'm going to show you guys now, is that I managed to get this T-shirt signed. Like you see that? You see that? This T-shirt right here. I managed to get it signed by like the members of the band. I can't show all of it, but I managed to buy a T-shirt from after the concert was over and got the T-shirt signed by everyone in the band, which I thought was really cool. So yeah, my overall impressions on the concert is that it is brilliant. It is definitely worth your time. Just fantastic sound production. They nailed the aesthetic of how a Pink Floyd show should look like, and it was just such a great experience. There's another thing I forgot to mention was some of the clips they showed on the circle screen. Ugh, they were bizarre, man. Some of these were terrifying. There was one in this when they played "Mother" from The Wall, and when I saw that, I was like, Jesus, why? Yes, I don't have it on footage, but they were showing like the Mother, and it looked terrifying. I couldn't look at it. One thing I also got was a bit disappointed with. Again, I will mention a few disappointments here. They didn't play Echoes. When I was getting before the show started, I kept saying to myself that I hope they play Echoes, and they never did. And also that the tour is called, like the tour they were playing was called Eclipse, yet the show didn't end with Brain Damage Eclipse. It ended with Run Like Hell, which was a great way of ending the show. But I would have liked that if the last song would have been like the title of the tour, which would make a bit more sense. With that said, I recommend you guys checking out Brit Floyd. They are the closest thing you can get to Pink Floyd in today's generation. It is fantastic. Definitely recommended. So now I'm just gonna show you some footage from the show I just watched. Hope you guys hope you guys enjoyed the video, and so I hope you guys look forward to my other videos as well. So yeah, goodbye.